Thank you, Valerie. We're a little passionate over here. I think you can probably tell that. I think you all are as well. So I was asked earlier tonight, why horses? We talk about any number of places where folks do charity work, really good charity work, and what is it about the horse? And I said, well, where would we be as a country without the horse? And the horse has a very special relationship with us as a country, and certainly with each of us as individuals. So what I'm going to talk a little bit here is just the EQUUS Foundation, who we are and what we do. I know a number of you have been connected with the EQUUS Foundation for some time, and we thank you so much for that. But we also know we have new folks with us, new friends. And I want to take a moment to talk a little bit about the big picture of who we are and what we do. From the beginning, the EQUUS Foundation knew that rescue alone is not enough. Rescue alone is not enough because protecting horses for the long term, not just the short term, for the long term requires standards. And the EQUUS Foundation has really been about standards, transparency, education, and sustaining investments in strong, well-run organizations that are doing this work to protect America's horses. So as Valerie has said, today, more than 20 years later, the EQUUS Foundation is a nationally recognized charity, an accrediting body. I think that's really important to point out. An accrediting body dedicating to ensure that horses can continue to partner with people as companions, teachers, and healers long after their sport careers have ended. And because of the support of folks like you in the room, the work is making measurable differences. In the past year alone, and brought one of the, at your tables you have, some copies of our annual report, also available online for you to take a look at and share. In the past year alone, the EQUUS Foundation has helped strengthen the care and futures of more than 4,200 horses, mules, and donkeys nationwide through supporting and working with 139 equine charities. And here's a really unique part about the EQUUS Foundation, and is that our work is with both equine transition services, those safe places for horses to land, but also equine assisted services. I have a Google alert on my computer for anything that has to do with horses, horse rescue. And I'm a former college professor, so you'll have to forgive me a little bit for some notes, things like that. But things that I care about, the number one thing that I see that comes up on my Google alert about equine is the differences horses are making in the lives of people through their healing, through their support, through all the things that they do that help us improve communities, improve individuals, and hopefully along the line, we're making those lives better for horses. In addition, the foundation does other things to ensure the future of America's horses, and that includes investing in our future through equine studies scholarships to college students studying equine science and also veterinary studies. In this last year, we gave out $40,000 to 33 students pursuing equine and veterinary careers, and those things, again, only happen because of your support of our work. And then we have the Writer's Closet. What a wonderful collaborative cooperation that is. Thank you for your support and growth and your partnership with us. And through that, this last year, the EQUUS Foundation, in cooperation with the Writer's Closet, was able to distribute more than 11,500 pieces of free riding apparel. That's a lot, right? That's a lot. To over 1,000 recipients. I think that deserves another round of applause for the great work. And another indication But the EQUUS Foundation doesn't work on its own. We can't do this work without partnership and collaboration, and so we thank everyone who makes that possible. But at its core, the EQUUS Foundation is about one thing, and that is how horses are treated. As more horses exit competitive careers and communities, and of course it's not just competition, right? Horses, for all kinds of reasons, exit a career and need soft places to land. We know that that number continues to be important and grow, especially as horses live longer. But we also know that more and more people are increasingly seeking out the healing properties of horses. So we hope that that only continues to grow, that we're all spokesfolks for that powerful connection. But meeting that demand for places for horses to land and also being able to connect people with horses, and as we were talking earlier in some conversations, it's not about just owning horses. It's about accessing horses. How can we do that? So the foundation recently released its inaugural best practices report. I've known about the EQUUS Foundation since the early days of Carrots for a Cause. A little throwback maybe to the carrots at your table when Lynn was selling carrots and starting this process. Sure, the data that we have is one of a kind in terms of being able to understand what's going on with charities working on behalf of horses. And those organizations that make it to being accredited from the Equine Welfare Network, as Valerie has pointed out, have a very, very rigorous view, unlike anything I've seen with any other accrediting organization. It's really fantastic. So we're really proud of that best practices report. It's like over 70-some pages, so we certainly didn't print that out, but it's available online, and we're here for any questions that you have. But it's the level of accountability and the notion that we need to have a sustainable system that really, really sets our work apart. Protecting horses at every stage of life is not a one-time effort. It's a long-term commitment to quality, to capacity, and to the belief that horses who give so much to us deserve safety, dignity, and purpose throughout their lives. So we have a video that we'd like to show you that talks a little bit more about that.